Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Suburban Sil. Well, it's officially holiday season, so today I thought I would talk a little bit about some plants that make excellent gifts during the holidays. So whether you're giving to a friend, a family member, maybe a neighbor or a coworker, plants make great gifts. But there are some things that you should keep in mind when giving a plant as a gift. First of all, not everyone wants to take care of a plant or might have the interest in learning how to care for a plant. So when you give a gift of a plant, don't expect for it to live long term. With that in mind, it's always helpful to give a plant that is durable, low maintenance, and easy to maintain. That will only help keep the plant in good health for longer. So first, I want to mention the poinsettia. It's a typical traditional holiday gift plant. It's lovely, somewhat low maintenance, however, it is poisonous. One trick of the poinsettia is to water it when the leaves start to look wilty, but I always kind of feel like the poinsettia is just like a little cliche, so I wanted to talk about some plants that you might not have considered, and that might be a little bit lower maintenance. So the first one on my list is the Christmas cactus. Now, I got this Christmas cactus as a gift last year from my neighbor. So, and it's doing really well. It's blooming really well this year. So I thought it would be good to talk a little bit about the Christmas cactus. As a cactus, you can let it dry out in between waterings. It looks great all year round, even though it only blooms around Christmas. But other than that, it looks like a great plant. They work well in hanging baskets. So it's a great gift that's really easy to maintain. Bright light situation, bright indirect light, and it has low maintenance watering needs. So I definitely recommend the Christmas cactus. Next, I want to talk about paperwhite bulbs or the amaryllis bulb. These are super simple to care for. All you do is you get the bulb and you put it in a tray so that the roots sit in the water, just the roots, not the bulb, and that will force it to sprout a stem and a beautiful flower. The flowers are really fragrant. You can get some awesome vases that look really pretty in any Christmas table. They'll be a great accent piece, and there's really no maintenance. Once the flower's done, you just take the bulb out and throw it away, or you could keep it for next year, but they're really inexpensive, so you could just toss it and get a new one. So I recommend the paperwhite or the amaryllis bulb as a gift because the receiver really doesn't have to do anything, so it's almost perfect. Next, I want to talk about the Chinese evergreen. See, it's red and green, so I mean, it's very Christmassy. It's also fairly low maintenance in that it has low light requirements. You just water it when dry. You don't want to let it get completely dry, but it can dry out between waterings. And medium to bright indirect light, it's pretty hardy plant. It's a hard one to mess up, so if you're giving it to someone who maybe is not a plant person, this plant will look great all year round. And it's got beautiful foliage. And it's got beautiful foliage that makes it really interesting. So the Chinese evergreen or Aglaonema is a great gifting plant. So the next one I want to talk about is a little bit trickier, but it's great for the holidays, and it's the Bromeliad. I love these because it brings in a lovely tropical punch of color when in the wintertime when everything is so drab and brown. They're pretty low maintenance, as in you just water the base of the plant. There's like a little cup down there under the base of the leaves, and you put water in there. However, you do need to remove the water every once in a while, otherwise it'll get stale and attract bugs and things like that, and so you don't want that. So it's a little bit higher maintenance, but they also don't have a super long lifespan indoors. So if you give the Bromeliad, you would expect it to look beautiful for a few months, and then if it fades away, then it fades away. But the Bromeliad makes a beautiful statement on any table, and you put it in a beautiful pot. And so I would recommend that as a gift. It's fairly low maintenance, fairly hardy. So the last one that I want to talk about is my personal favorite, which is why I saved it for last, and it is the Kalanchoe. So this is the Kalanchoe blossfloria, something like that, blossfloria. And this is the Caldiva variety of that. The typical Kalanchoe blossfloria is the flowers aren't as tight, but it's still beautiful. But this one I love because it has these beautiful, tight little flowers, blooms around Christmas time. Just mounds and mounds of flowers. Comes in red or white, and it just looks beautiful, and it's low maintenance because it's a succulent, and I tend to underwater, so succulents are perfect for me. It can dry out in between waterings, and then you just water it deeply. It's going to need a bright light, a bright indirect light, just as a succulent or a cactus, and it will take a succulent or cactus mix. So really well draining soil. So this plant is probably my favorite gift giving one, also because it's very economical. They're not that expensive. So if you're going to give a plant, look at the ones that aren't going to cost you an arm and a leg. That way you won't feel so guilty when they don't make it. So visit my blog, suburbansil.com, where I'm going to write up some posts on some other plants not mentioned here that I feel like are honorable mentions, like the anthurium, and also the resurrection plant I think is really cool, but these plants might be a little bit trickier for someone who's not a plant person. You can also check out my blog for some other plant gift ideas, such as humidifiers or other just novelty items that any plant person would enjoy. So thanks for checking out this video, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. Don't shy away from giving plants as gifts, because you never know when you're going to inspire a love of plants in someone who might not typically have a fondness for them. So thanks for checking out my video. Please subscribe so you're up to date on all of my fun projects this winter and into spring, and I will see you next time.